you lost to Amanda Nunes in a 48-second beatdown on Saturday at UFC 207. This was Rousey's first fight since a devastating loss to Holly Holm over a year ago. This second straight loss, I think, tanks her legacy. And I tell you why. We've talked about greats who have fallen off the cliff before. Let's talk about Mike Tyson. Let's talk about even Roy Jones still out there fighting, or Bernard Hopkins. Greats who then, when they fall off the cliff, we say, forget the end. Let's go back to their great moments, and we respect and revere them. That's not Ronda Rousey. Because think about Ronda Rousey. When she was great, everyone was saying, who are you fighting? What are you doing? Oh, and then finally the whole universe paid attention to Ronda Rousey.
Right.
And as soon as we paid attention, we saw Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes do what they did to her and make us say, you know what? All those conversations of the baddest woman walking the earth, better than Layla Ali, could outbox Layla Ali, could beat up Floyd Mayweather. All of that conversation goes out the window because I don't think we paid enough attention and gave enough respect to when she was supposedly great.
I totally agree. And what this really says is really kind of points me to the level of competition that she was fighting at that particular time. Now you have Holmes who knocked her out, and then you have Nunes who basically I saw some of her clips when she was preparing for this. Dude, I was like, man, this girl is a beast.
Yeah.
But going into, I don't know, looking at this clip, it seems like Ronda was still kind of dazed from the last fight. She didn't seem aggressive. Mm-hmm. She didn't seem like that person that really had that chip on her shoulder.
Not that dog in her.
Got knocked out, previously coming into that ring with a lot of fire. It seemed like she was, I don't know what she was waiting on, but she wasn't as aggressive as I expected her to.
Her whole thing is, she's not a boxer, she's a grappler, right?
Yep.
Bring him to the ground. She's trying to box right there. And she got knocked out, and she got knocked out in the fight before that because she kept that space. I don't understand the strategy, but I'll be honest, do we have to give her a little bit of credit for at least making women's MMA a thing that we pay attention
big time credit for that, yes.
Absolutely.
We'll give her that credit, but then will we give her the respect as the fighter? She has to walk around now, if she retires, forever with those things haunting her. And that's going to be the joke. That's going to be the running, I don't think it's going to be running respect. Right. I think it's going to be the running mockery of, wow, look what happened to you. You got exposed to that level.
I still respect her. I don't know if she retires or not, but for me, I would get back in that ring one more time. I would.
She don't look like she wants to do that.
You didn't watch Saturday, did you?
She may not want to get back in there, but it was just something about her demeanor, her disposition that, for me, it didn't really say that I'm coming in here to regain my title, to get that belt.
Let's do what Ronda Rousey should do. Let's move on. Move on, and then Dominican Sue and LeGarrette Blount got into it yesterday after Sue appeared to take a shot at Blount after a play. Earlier in the game, Sue also took a shot at a Pat Lyman. Here's what Blount had to say after the game about Ndamukong Suh.
There's not many guys in this league that like that guy. I don't even know if it's a lot of guys on that team that like him. He's a dirty player. He's always been a dirty player. He's going to always be a dirty player. There's no room in the game for that.
T.O., what's your reaction to this?
I agree. There's not many people in the league that likes the guy. You messing with a guy like Blount, that's not a guy you want to mess with.
Yeah. LeGarrette Blount's at a place now where he can call somebody else dirty after what he went through, which was the dirtiest play we've seen dirtiest post-game incident ever. You get into this situation, I agree, Sue. I like Sue the person, but I don't play anymore. So if I was a player, I probably wouldn't like Sue.
But that's like, this is 2017. We still talk about this? Like, that's who he's been. It's not a newsflash at this point, right? Like, this is who he is. And like you said, a lot of people say that. Sue as a person,
I like the
fun
dude.
guy, nice guy to be around. Sue on the field, crosses lines. Remember the stomping and all that?
Habitual line stepper. I mean, look at he went to Clemson with that play. I don't know what he did. What's going on?
What he just did with Rodgers there, I'm sure that was equivalent to what he did to Blount under that pile.
Right.
Again, trying to be a little bit aggressive, trying to impose a little harm, to a guy. Again, come on, man. You're messing with a guy's livelihood when you do stuff like that.
By the way, does that ever work? Like, when dudes try to intimidate and like they'll do something dirty, does that ever work? Do you ever be like, oh man, I'm not going over there again because he's gonna mess me up?
I would want Sue to try that outside of those football lines.
There you go. Him and Akeem Talib. Let's see that outside the game. Let's see what you're doing.
See how far he gets with that outside.
You don't get intimidated, you get irritated. That's all. Man. Coming up, let's talk about some chain snatching. And yesterday, Akeem Talib and Michael Crabtree got into it, which resulted in Talib snatching Crabtree's chain off his neck. in the most disrespectful punk move I've ever seen. Here's Talib after the game explaining it.
Been wearing that chain all year, man. It just been growing on me. So I said if he wear that chain in front of me, I'm gonna snatch it off. So he wore it in front of me, so I had to snatch it off.
What did he say to Bill, man?
Oh, he started crying to the ref. He called for the ref. Ref? He ain't say nothing to me, though.
Now, like I said, this is the most punk move I've ever seen, T.O. Now, it's hard to call a dude a punk, and I'm not trying to go there on him, but this is a punk move. Look, he shot himself before, so I don't think he got too much punk in him. Dude, crazy. But how crazy can you get when you are in a football game? This is a violation of our fraternity, our creed, which is, look, we're going to ball out. I'm going to try and do as much as I can out here, but go home to your family, go home to your life. I'll go home to my life, and all is good. This reminds me, T.O., of cats that grew up where I grew up in Compton. But then they move out, and they move to the burbs. And guess what happens when they move to the suburbs? They couldn't handle Compton. They wasn't tough in Compton, but they tough in them suburbs. He gonna bring that kind of gangster craziness to a football game, to me, is just obscene.
The fact that it was premeditated, then he goes into the press conference and even brag about it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the ultimate disrespect right there. For me, I mean, I need a cuss button on here.
You need it.
I need one of
KG's button, right?
Man, this is ridiculous to me, man. I think this is poor sportsmanship. It's a lack of class. I'm very surprised. I'm very shocked in this behavior.
Yeah, I mean, it's so out of bounds. I'm kind of dumbfounded. Like, there's no example that I've ever seen where guys like you said, premeditated, disrespectful, and just out of place. There's no time and place where you say, I'm gonna snatch your chain, because you don't know where he got that chain from. You don't know if that charm is of honor from the family. You don't know what the hell. You don't know what swap meet he got it from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna go snag it.
It could have been a sentimental value or something. It could have been from his mom, his grandmother. You never know why he had the chain on. But regardless of that, you just don't do anything like that. Like you said, it's out of bounds.
It's so out of bounds.
There's no place for it.
Yeah, and then to brag about it, come on, big dog.
Come on, Keith.
All right, let's move on, man, because that's just insane.
Really?
Yesterday, Kirk Cousins threw 2 costly interceptions in a must-win game for Washington against the New York Giants. Cousins is again set to become a free agent this offseason. And Barry Zverluga writes, what the crowd at FedEx Field wanted out of Sunday was a relaxing, satisfying victory over a team that didn't have much to play for. What they got instead was this uneasy feeling of not being able to emotionally commit to the most important player on the team. T.O., you're running the Redskins. Would you make a big commitment to Kirk Cousins this offseason? Come on, man.
This is a tough one, man.
How?
This is tough, man. I mean, in a situation like this, you're going into the postseason, or have the chance to, and you have a quarterback, again, that you're relying on to move your team down the field and make critical plays.
Yep.
Again, I saw the last interception where he got pressure, and then he tried to really kind of pass across his body, and a costly interception at that, to really they could have won the game or tied the game. I don't know if I'm giving him the keys right away.
Now, see, I disagree with you, and I know I'm giving him the keys. First of all, you got to think, this is not a prisoner of the moment decision. You're not making this decision based on a yesterday performance. This is to trust a guy for 4 to 6 years going forward, and then you have to look at the entire body of work. His entire body of work supports Kirk Cousins as a starter in this league, and a good starter. Now, if you want to base this on anything else, look at those numbers right there. And not so great in clutch time, but we're talking about body of work time. And guess what? This team is not ready to win a Super Bowl just yet, but they're certainly close. If you restart this franchise by getting another quarterback, and who's out there? Name the quarterbacks that people are talking about next year. Tony Romo. Come on, you gonna start this season off next year with Tony Romo when you got all that young talent? No, you go with Kirk Cousins.
Did you not see what Tony Romo did yesterday?
Yeah, in one drive. How long is that gonna last?
Have you seen Tony's body of work?
Yeah.
All right then.
Okay, you wanna go there on Tony Romo? Of his last 6 games, 3 of them he got injured. 6 games, 3 of them got injured. He didn't get injured yesterday, he only did 1 drive. He gets hurt a lot.
You put that clip up of his production in the last 2 minutes of the game. It's not good. It's not good. You need a crunch time. You need a crunch player in that position. You think about
what about the rest of the time? What about the other 58 minutes of the game? What about those minutes?
You may not even have Deshaun Jackson. He's talking about possibly going back to Philadelphia.
That's real.
So again, you got to look at I understand the body of work, but you got to understand the pieces that are around him. You take Deshaun Jackson off that team. Pierre Garçon has been mediocre this year. Who is he going to throw to?
Jordan Reed. You throw it to Jordan Reed. You keep Kirk Cousins. You don't lose Deshaun Jackson and your franchise quarterback. You got to keep one of those pieces.
You're going to throw it to a tight end heavy team?
It happens in New England. Bad news. It's time for 3 jeers. 1 jeer for Blake Bortles. What you done did, boy? Coach Jags, Bortles throws a terrible pass that hits the defender right in the nugget, right in the dome. That's it. Well, what they say? Every pass that hits you in the hands, you're supposed to catch. What about your head, T.O.?
It happens. It happened. He's using his head.
You probably got hit in the head before. 2 jeers for a referee. UNC Stanford, the ref can't get out of the quarterback's way and ends up forcing a fumble. Lord, you ever run into a ref, T.O., with the ball in your hand?
No. I tried to use them as an extra defender, though.
Oh, on purpose, huh?
Exactly. I have a high IQ.
Okay, that's one way to measure it. 3 jeers for Rashawn Evans. Check out Evans completely eat it. Trying to run up to the SEC set.
Did you see Marcus Spears? Did you see the catch, though? It was a little delayed. But, hey, he was there, though. He was there.
I like the fact that he owned it. He ain't even tripping. Coming up, a Clemson player got a little extra handsy against Ohio State over the weekend. We analyze all the details next. All the details? Really?
That's wrong.
That's so nasty. This is Sports Nation. Time for Pulse of the Nation presented by Toyota. Winners and losers. Check out Lil Ben McAdoo at the Giants game yesterday, complete with the diner menu. Did he nail it? Did he nail it?
Big Ben McAdoo holding a Waffle House menu, man. You see that?
Big Mac and Little Mac.
Hey, the plays starting to work now, though, for the Giants. Looking a little better, baby. They going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
How you going to do that if y'all going to lose in Green Bay? How y'all going to win?
We did it before.
It's going to be hard to do.
We did it before.
Let's go to winner. Digging for buried treasure.
Oh, man.
Steve Sarkisian went all the way down to Alabama and got caught red-handed eating his boogers at the Peach Bowl. Red-handed and green-fingered. Amin, do you trust this man to lead Alabama's offense?
Well, they don't have much of a choice, do they? I like how Lane Kiffin was just like, all right, I'm not, y'all. Because this way, if it falls apart, it was like, but y'all gave me Florida Atlantic?
Yeah. Look, these are friends taking care of friends who respect each other. You think about it, Lane Kiffin got himself in a position where he can run a program again and make sure that everyone thinks he's a great leader. Then he gets his job, Sark gets to redeem his career. I think it's a win-win all the way around.
Absolutely. I will be expecting him to run my offense, but not my play. He's not.
Don't touch me at the gun part. Losers, sound guys. Another sound guy got taken out yesterday, T.O. Is it time for sound guys to start wearing protective gear?
They need somebody. They need some security guards or something.
They need to listen to what they got the sound for. You can hear the stampede coming, run.
Yo, by the way, they don't need security guards. My man, Director of Team Security for the Rams, Kevin Tucker, got taken out just the same way a couple weeks ago. Security ain't gonna save him.
Well, are they so into their job of sound that they don't see? Like you can't see that dude about to run into you?
This is what you call people.
It's glass
to their job.
Yeah.
Loser, Mariah's World. We've all seen Mariah Carey's epic fail on New Year's Eve. Amin, your thoughts on the perfect ending to 2016? Looking good though, Mariah. My.
The producers asked Mariah's people when they were gonna show up, and I swear to God, I'm not making this up. The quote was, "What time does the ball drop?"
Okay, they should have known what was gonna happen after that, then. That's it from LA. We're back tomorrow. Hopefully, Vito's back tomorrow.